Welcome back to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Bingeworthy back after a couple-week hiatus.
We're back, baby.
Back. Lots of traveling all over the world.
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
Caleb back from South Africa.
Is that what it was? I don't
remember any of it. Yeah, it was a blur.
It was amazing. Beautiful country, wonderful people. It could take up the entire episode, so I'll just say you need to go.
Hey, I'll tell you what.
You gotta go.
We'll knock out a South Africa episode here soon enough.
There you go.
If you guys don't know who we are, my name is Chris. Happy to have you guys here. Friends Caleb Campbell, Dustin Pede, Johnny, Burkhalter. Excited to be back with you on Bingeworthy. Hey, if you want to take a moment, share this podcast with all your friends, like, subscribe, comment, hit that bell, do all the things you do with the podcast, because that's what we want you to do. But we're going to jump right in because we are excited.
South Africa, country or continent?
Country.
South Africa is the country within the continent.
Within the continent.
Is it in the southern region of Africa?
It is the very southern tip of Africa.
Northern tip.
Yeah, and then with that,
And Kansas City.
plot twist.
Yeah.
People get weird.
Yeah.
When I lived in Indiana, there was a Brazil, Indiana. Let me just tell you something. That's not the Brazil.
That's not the one?
Wait, what?
There's a
Hold
Rome,
on, have you guys been
Georgia.
to Rome? Yeah,
Yeah,
have
Rome,
you been to
Georgia.
Rome?
Rome, Georgia.
I drove through Rome the other day, not impressed.
Yeah, it's
Had some Italian food there, not great.
It was okay.
Nah.
That's great.
Wasn't great. Olive Garden, I think is what they called it. They call it Olive Garden.
Olave Garden.
Wasn't great.
Yeah. We had the mellow mushroom up there one time. Which is a
Working
chain.
some bits for you guys, see if it works.
Come on.
Working some bits, see if it works.
Is that your best bit right now?
That's great.
It's just,
Olive Garden.
it's just mispronouncing famous chain restaurants.
Yeah, how's that feel?
It feels like something.
I learned it from King of Queens. When the
Kevin
dad goes,
James.
how about Domino's? You want to get some
Get
that
some
Italian
Domino's.
joint Domino's? It's like you're talking about Domino's right now? Anyways.
Lovely little local pizza place down the street. Domino's.
Domino's. That's like the office, right?
Yeah.
What's your favorite pizza place? Sparrow. Nailed it. Favorite New York pizza joint.
Authentic.
Authentic. Yeah, authentic. Dustin and I spent a couple days in Texas together, filming, working on a big project, bigger than I think we even know at this point. But a big documentary coming out in 2025.
Yep.
Yes. So we have a couple more location shoots in one in Dallas, one in Greenville, South Carolina, and
Potentially one in India.
potentially one in India. Yeah,
I
that's real.
got promoted on this trip.
wow.
Yeah, so Dustin's officially, this is his third tour with us. And we have tried to figure out how to introduce Dustin.
Every time
Yeah.
he goes, this is Dustin. He doesn't know anything. And I go, gonna be honest, third trip we're
That
doing
kinda
this,
hurt.
starting to hurt.
Starting to hurt a little bit. Starting to hurt a little
Well,
bit.
it's clear what everybody else does on the trip. Like Nathan, who's our director of photography.
He's behind the camera.
Very clear. Holds
doing
the
the
camera,
camera
goes,
things.
I'm going to be the one who holds the camera.
I hold the cameras.
I'm the interview / director. It's very clear what I do on the trip. I'm
Right.
kind of the guy leading the project. And then Dustin is there.
I'm just there.
And so we promoted you this weekend to producer.
Producer.
Yeah.
Love it.
So
Wow.
Dustin's officially a producer
That's a big jump.
on the project.
Yeah.
It's a big role.
Yeah, come with a big pay raise too. I'm very
Big
excited.
pay
I
raise.
bet.
Yeah,
Very
we
excited.
almost came with a first class pay raise.
Almost came
And
with
we
first
were,
class.
the guy said we were 18 minutes short of getting that upgrade. And it was really disappointing. Really thought we had it. We tried to get it, we could have gotten it from Odessa to Dallas, which is a 45, 50-minute flight.
It's not worth it.
Not worth it. I wanted it. By the time you're up there, like, oh, never mind. Sorry, the wine glass has to go away.
It's a helicopter ride.
So your Diet Coke is not ready.
Yeah. We tried to get our private flight and just couldn't land a deal in this one. So we'll get it one day.
Next
but yeah,
time.
Dallas is coming in the fall. Greenville coming in the fall. We've got a big meeting in August with our DP, Director of Photography. Nathan's coming to Atlanta. We're hitting up a Braves game and walking through the project. It's great. It's going to be a really good project. So we'll give you guys some more information about that as we build out this world. That is the Bingeworthy podcast.
Let's do it.
Well, now it's a world.
I didn't go anywhere. I was,
Yeah.
just hanging out in Douglasville.
Any
Why
weird
do I-
birthday
You
parties?
traveled for,
I traveled.
You did travel. You went to
I
Orlando.
stayed in the state. I went to Savannah.
Okay.
Unfortunate travel.
Unfortunate travel, yeah. But we made the best of it, and we were 45 minutes from Savannah. So we thought we'd just go for dinner. Savannah, just so you know, some of the best food in the South. It is like the home of Southern cuisine, just incredible. So we're having dinner, and my wife mentions, this is the government, if you're watching, mentions, hey, have you ever been, I'm telling you, conspiracy. Well, we're going to get to that later. But she just mentions out loud, hey, have you ever taken one of the Savannah ghost tours? And I said, yeah, years ago, whatever.
That's a big thing.
She gets on Facebook, and there's ad after ad for like,
said it out loud
book
and
now,
popped
blah,
up.
blah. I'm probably going to be there today. So we, on a whim,
I just got a text alert.
Yeah.
There's a ghost town happening right now.
yeah, I mean, it's just crazy.
Right here, by the way.
I don't know.
I just like a snake.
Hey, we're not
I
professional.
love
You
it.
guys I think you guys are tying me down.
We're going,
What's going on?
We're
But
going way down.
I don't know what's happening.
Let me just take this.
It's
in my
interesting.
lap.
I got promoted. I got promoted on one
great.
project. I got
Demoted-
fired on
yeah,
the other.
yeah.
If there's a fire, I'm not making it out, guys.
No, bro, you're
I'm just
gonna
gonna go and call it.
Trip.
That's hilarious. But
been a
anyway,
good ride.
You go to your ghost tour.
yeah, we ended up doing a ghost tour at midnight. It was incredible. It was the coolest thing ever, and it was a walking tour. Our tour guide was the coolest guy, like this beard. He is, it was just amazing. We survived.
Did you
I
get
don't know that
scared?
I believe in ghosts. I don't know. Who knows? A Holy Ghost? I don't know.
Whoa.
But that's the only ghost I believe. That's what I'm saying. We were those
on.
people at Halloween that says no ghosts allowed except for the Holy Ghost. That was how churchy we were. But
Yeah.
So we went on a
Never
ghost
that
tour in
churchy.
Savannah.
Growing up or still?
I still.
Okay.
Okay. Just want to know where we're at.
I was ready to believe it.
Yeah.
No, it's
I
good.
would have believed it. Caleb actually doesn't. No. We'll tell your story one day. Today's episode is sponsored in part by Crumble.
Yeah.
If you guys have never had a Crumble cookie, when you come to Atlanta, fun segue here.
Not just here. I don't think.
Where they at?
I'm pretty sure they're all
A little
over the
local
place.
spot.
Are they? You better find that out.
You come to Atlanta or Boise or
Yeah, find
Boston.
out. I don't feel like I've ever seen them anywhere but Atlanta.
I've never heard of it.
No, we had them out in California. So
Did you really? Where are they based out of?
They're based out of Utah. Logan,
Utah.
Utah.
When you come to the U.S.,
Got it.
Yeah.
All right.
you gotta do crumble.
Their headquarters is Logan, Utah.
Utah,
Actually,
Yeah.
UT.
540
What's the
South Main
song?
Street.
How many
in Logan,
locations do they have right now? Who of our listener pool can get one and who can't?
32. And Tremble is the song
Over,
I
under.
was thinking of when I kept going. Did we sing a song
Jesus,
called Crumble?
Jesus.
Tremble.
There,
Close
Crumble.
enough.
There you go.
Crumble.
Y'all want to take a guess? How many
32.
locations?
I'm guessing. I'm guessing 132.
He said
132.
132. I'm going to say 74.
I'm gonna say one, Bob.
Ooh, way off. 791
Told
locations.
you.
Holy cow, I'm way off.
So
So,
when
a
you
little
come to
local chain in Atlanta.
A local.
Yeah,
Great little.
grab Marco's.
Right next to
Yeah,
Domino's.
grab
They've
your,
really
grab
taken off.
your local Marco's pizza alongside of your local Crumble cookie. I nailed this local brand
Olive
stuff.
Garden.
Olive Gardenia is a great restaurant.
Gardenia.
All right. Anyways, Utah's still not up on the screen yet. I love
No,
it.
I passed Utah. I'm on 791 locations now.
Oh, fantastic. Well, I'm
Anywho.
glad it's showing up there. We'll make it up as we go. So,
Just
so
look
yeah.
up there and go.
Whoa, 791.
Are we recording?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's red dots everywhere. I can't ever tell on Dustin's. He doesn't have a red
Red
dot.
here,
Just
red
wanted Johnny's
here.
face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can flip the screen around, but it's.
You got. If we traveled a bunch, obviously.
Yeah.
So Caleb, what did you get to watch? You got stuck on a plane for 16 hours.
A lot of hours.
30 round trip.
Lot of hours.
So what'd you get to watch?
On
now
the plane.
you can actually add into the conversation.
You know, I opted not to watch very much on the plane. I did
you read?
some reading. I did a little. You know, what have I watched? I'll tell you what I have binged is Survivor. So I don't know if you guys, any of you guys are
Okay.
Survivor fans.
Talking
many
about,
seasons?
talking about the documentary.
I'm talking about Survivor, the Jeff Probst show. Yes,
Yeah.
documentary.
So
of course.
have you gone all the way back to like season
true
one?
crime. I think
So
it's-
I've seen most of the seasons, not all.
Okay.
And it's like the one of the three things that I watch actively on TV.
Wow.
And yeah, so that's all I got. It's a great show. If you've never watched it, go check it out. My daughter wants me to apply for it all the time.
Wow.
You should.
I don't know that I
could
would
see
make
you
it.
winning that show.
I mean, I could definitely go in
Yeah.
and win, but I just don't know that I would be chosen for it.
that's fair.
So
Yeah, that's fair. I've seen people get chosen for that show that I didn't feel like should have been chosen. So I feel like you might have a shot.
yeah,
Cool.
Not that old.
The internet says there are 44 seasons of Survivor.
that's right.
Yeah,
Well, they do 2 a year.
Yeah, they do two a
They did
year.
2 a year, and
Yeah,
it
one
started
fall,
in
one
the
spring.
very early
There's
2000s.
also an Australian Survivor, which I think would be better because they have those like killer spiders down there.
Yeah.
Survivor Australia
Crocs,
was season 2.
crocodiles.
Oh, was
Was
it
it?
really?
It was an early season. I think it was
Okay.
season 2.
Have you watched all of them?
Not all, but most.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, but live.
Live, some probably half live, half going back.
You mean like
Respect.
studio audience, like you went there and watched?
Yes,
I'm sorry.
absolutely.
May 31st, 2000 is when it debuted.
There you go.
Anyway.
Wow.
good stuff.
That makes sense.
All right. Cool. Dustin, you got anything good you've been watching?
Oh man, I've been watching so much good stuff between the flights and everything else. I binged through Beef
Yeah.
on Netflix just because it was. I had a couple friends that tell me that it was. You should check it out. Then I saw it was produced by A24, who does a lot of really good stuff, and then saw that it was #1 on like their top 10 on Netflix, and I was like, okay, I'll try this out. Be honest, it took me. There's 10 episodes in this. I don't know if it's a one and done season or if they're going to come back for more. They could definitely come back for more based on how it ended, but 10 episodes in this thing, and it took me about 6 episodes to figure out what was going on, just because the storyline was like, I don't really know what story we're telling here. I don't know what the narrative is here until about episode 6. I finally picked it up. Much smarter people probably could figure it out way sooner than I did, but that. And then last night I finished watching the Manhunt for the Boston Marathon Bomber.
Are you good?
That was fantastic. Yep, fantastic. Really well done. And now I'm super stoked because I just found out that the last season of Better Call Saul is finally on Netflix.
You're ready.
You are ready its
to go.
entirety.
Nice.
So the other day I watched the last episode of season 5 just so I could remember kind of where we were at.
That's when he, not spoiler alert, but that's when he changes his name.
Right.
He officially starts going by Saul Goodman.
Yes.
So good.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Spoiler.
What a moment.
Can't wait.
It's just incredible.
Johnny B, what you watching, man?
Yeah, I've kind of been. It's not Survivor, but in reality TV mode. My wife and I have fallen down the slippery slope that is trash television, and not quite. There's no coming back. It's not quite The Bachelor, but there's this show on Netflix called Love Is Blind, and I mean, essentially, so it's kind of cool. They start off in these pods. They're literally on blind dates. Like they can't see each other. They're meeting these people in what they call pods, and they're having conversations. And then at the end of that round, they have to propose to whoever they feel they got a connection with without ever seeing them. And then they meet. They literally, the first time they see them is when they get on one knee, and like it's this whole thing. And then you have the weeks leading up. Are they actually going to get married? It is total trash, but I cannot stop watching.
How many of these couples actually get married?
This season, out of the 5 that proposed, 3 of them said I do. And they did it. They took the plunge.
Do they actually see a picture of the person before?
No.
So like
completely personality.
Like I don't want to be a bad human, but what if like you fall in love with someone and you look at them? I
mean, that happened.
That has to happen.
So let me
like,
preface.
Let's be honest. Like what do you do in that?
Yeah, most of the people on this show are not bad looking. Like there's no. I mean, you know what I mean. They're all about the same. You know, but there was this one. Yeah, there's this one guy. I won't name him because he's probably watching, right?
Probably.
But there's this one guy that he had this creepy vibe, and when the girl met him, she was completely creeped out, and it was just this funnest thing to watch unfold. But yes, that's been our life.
Yeah, Love Is Blind. I will not go down that trail.
Don't do it.
I can't do it. And they've had this is like season 4.
Yep. Yeah. Nick Lachey, 98 Degrees. Come on, let's go.
So Johnny,
episode coming hot
Boy band
soon.
episode.
So you're cool with Love Is Blind, but no ghosts at Halloween.
Yeah, right.
This
Yeah,
is
correct.
how you
Yeah.
make decisions in
Lust
life.
is okay, but
just making sure.
horror, no, we're not doing that.
I'm going
check it in.
to pick my battles on the 7 deadly sins. Yeah, I don't remember when we filmed this last. So I don't know what I had finished the last time, but I did
like
finish Full
2021.
Swing. You remember that?
I love baseball.
Yep.
But I because of that, I binged the Masters.
Right on.
I was in
Binge the best. Can you binge a live sporting
yeah,
event?
yeah. You just sit there and just watch the whole
I
thing.
didn't know
get
if
up.
you waited till it was
So
all
good.
the way over,
And then just watch-
and then
yeah.
you watch it like on double speed.
How
Just like,
excellent would that be? Yeah, those guys are so fast. No, I ended up watching the Masters, cheering for a guy who lost,
Augusta,
which is fine.
right?
But I was excited. John Rahm won the Masters, so congratulations to John, good friend of the pod.
yeah, glad Live Golf didn't take it.
Amen.
Yeah, that was really all I cared about after watching that podcast.
Absolutely.
After watching that
How could you
documentary.
not?
I just wanted to live to lose.
Yeah.
I ended up watching a bunch. I watching a bunch of movies. I finished Queen of the South. I told you guys it's terrible. I had to just kind of grind through the rest of it, and it was terrible. A good enough conclusion. It's a guessable conclusion. I watched the new Murder Mystery with Adam Sandler.
Oh,
and Jennifer
nice.
Aniston.
I did watch that with my
Yeah.
kids.
Did you?
Is it good?
Did y'all
Dude,
laugh?
the boys won too. They laughed more than I did. It was all right.
Yeah.
I
I'm an
couldn't
old
get to the
Sandman
first
fan
one.
from back in the day.
For
was
me, I
you
give
know,
the respect to the man
yeah, but,
more than the content.
Yeah,
you know?
that's fair.
Like who he's friends with, just always like, how does that guy get to be good friends with Jennifer Aniston? I'll never know. But
I mean, there you go. I mean,
I watched The
I
Gentleman.
saw Adam Sandler do stand up. I was in the third row my freshman year of college, Ball State University, 1997.
He's just getting started.
Random
He
story.
was just a young chap.
And he was at that point in his career the most nervous person I've ever seen on stage. He actually
wasn't on
had
SNL yet, right?
He was staring down on the front row. In the front row, whether it was a script or cue cards or whatever, he didn't even make eye contact till halfway through because he was so nervous. And he just stared down on it. But then we ran into him at a party afterwards on campus, and that's where the story ends.
Sir, man.
Well, that's not where the story ends. It's probably where it
That
begins.
is
where it begins.
But we'll
to
let
you,
it in
host.
there
Back to you.
because this is a family show.
When was he on? When was he on Saturday Night Live?
I'm working on it.
Maybe it was earlier than that.
1990 to 1995 is when he was on SNL.
Oh, so I guess
Really?
he would have had a stint on us. That's weird. He came off that. I figured.
What if it was all a bit?
For sure.
Yeah, I watched a couple
being nervous.
old movies that were recommended. Like The Gentleman was one of them, and Bullet Train, which you guys had recommended
Yes.
with
So
Brad
good.
Pitt.
So good.
Oh yeah, it's a great movie. Huh?
Yeah, great flicks. Anyways, I watched a lot of Burt Kreischer. I watched all of his specials.
I watched his new one.
I started watching Leanne Morgan trying. It's tough watch.
Yeah.
She's very southern.
She's very
it's
southern,
tough
yeah.
watch.
She's good though.
But yeah,
I watched. I thought we were just talking about shows. My movies I left out. I watched Kodachrome, which was from 2018.
yeah.
Jason Sudeikis and Ed Harris, and I cried on the plane watching it. It was so good.
It's okay, buddy.
It was
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Really,
I
really
was
good.
there. I saw it happen.
Highly recommend it.
Yeah.
I love a good plane cry.
Oh,
Yeah.
bro, I was like, no one's watching.
I'm watching The Night Agent right now on Netflix.
How was that?
It's all right.
That's what I thought.
I mean, look, if you're like, I got nothing else to watch, it's a good enough show to. It's got some like actors that I'm like, oh, okay, I respect that. But it's if you've watched a Bourne movie, it's that, you know, it's just that kind of similar, like that similar kind of beat. It's like he's the guy, he gets kicked out of the FBI, not kicked out, but like he leaves the FBI. He, you know, carries this girl. He's out to protect. Blah blah blah. Blah. It's like this normal pacing.
Yeah.
So I can already kind of guess the ending, which kind of stinks, but I'll keep watching it.
When I heard that name, what's it called? Night Agent?
Night Agent. Yeah.
In my mind, I know it's like I heard the words Night Agent, but I thought it was Knight Rider.
Nice,
And I
yeah.
was just like,
Yes.
is that what we're doing here?
That's an incredible show.
Because
The Night Agent is somebody in the FBI, allegedly, I don't know if this is a real position or not, who works in the basement of the White House. What'd you say?
Just don't don't get into it in case they're watching.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Right.
I don't know if it's true or not, but it's not based on a true story or anything. But yeah, they take in
me tell
phone calls from. Take in phone calls, and then if something crazy happens, they're supposed to call in. It's weird. So it was fine. I don't know. Again, I mean, if you're bored, you want to watch 10 episodes of a spy thriller, do it.
Yeah. I also started watching Transatlantic on Netflix, but I quickly realized that my wife was really going to like it. And
Quit it.
there's not a whole lot that she really likes. So I was like, yeah, she'll like this.
Yeah.
But it was really good first episode, and then they have like a 30-minute kind of how they made it also on
fun.
Netflix, which is super fun. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. And then we're show-wise, live TV. Can you binge live TV? We talked about this a minute ago. Week to week, binge live.
Yeah, yeah.
We're such huge
as
Top
close as I
Chef
get.
fans. We're like in the thick of
Yeah.
of Top Chef season 20.
Wow.
It is so good.
I can't imagine
So
making
good.
a show that's so good, like so catchy. Like 44 seasons, 20
seasons, isn't that
like,
crazy?
Still
Law
making
and
it.
Order is. I mean, those
American
are like
Idol's in the
non-scripted
20s,
shows,
isn't
but
it?
like Law and Order.
Yeah, Lawner's like 100
That's been
years
on
old.
for like 20 whatever years, scripted, and you're like, I mean, I know there's a lot of crazy crap that happens in the police force, but Lord, that's a tough run for 22 years.
I also
it-
thought when you said transatlantic that you were trying to segue into our topic, and we're just starting with Transatlantic, and I didn't know where we were going from there.
I like that segue.
That is a great segue.
That was
Actually,
smooth.
not
That
a
was smooth,
terrible
you know?
segue because our topic today is Atlanta. We're going to talk about the
Atlanta, ATL,
ATL.
Hot Atlanta,
Oh, the city?
city that never sleeps.
Oh, I prepared wrong.
not Atlantis. That's a different location.
Maybe that's another. We could do that episode later. Yeah, Atlanta.
Real quick, Law and Order been on TV since 1990.
Come
Still
on.
running.
That's just unreal. That's what 30 years.
Did you know Murder She Wrote's been on even longer than that?
30, yeah, 33 years.
33 years. Yeah.
That's insane.
Murder She Wrote is still on.
Oh, maybe those are reruns.
Listen,
You know, we're watching. I'm binging Murder She Wrote right now.
I just
Let
wanted,
it
I
show.
just
Don't spoil
I just
Matlock
felt
for me.
like we
I'm
got
telling you.
way too far without hearing Dustin
Oh
laugh.
my
I needed to hear
gosh.
Dustin laugh.
Don't
so
spoil
we
the
got-
end of the Andy Griffith show. I feel like I know how it's going to
gosh.
end.
yeah.
Don't
All
spoil
right.
it.
He becomes
I got
Matlock.
Perry
That's how
Mason
it
queued
ends.
up right now.
That's how it ends.
This
Anyway.
is great.
Anyway, Hot Atlanta, ATL.
Hot
Let's
Atlanta.
go.
I got so much to talk
A-Town.
about. Yeah, we'll just pivot it out. We're all based in the ATL area almost.
Close.
Caleb's 1 month out.
Getting closer.
1 month out from being based in the Atlanta area. Metro Atlanta area. Atlanta's a great little city.
Great little town.
Just outside here. Used to be, we had an episode about Six Flags a couple weeks back. Y'all,
We did.
I was not as prepared for that episode. Didn't know what Atlanta was called. We're gonna work it. We're gonna work it back though. Originally called Terminus. of course,
Terminus. What a terrible
Followed by
name.
Thrasherville. which
That was my favorite.
feels like,
I feel like we should have kept that one.
I mean, that feels incredible.
Yes.
I mean, if you're gonna have world class theme parks,
Well,
Right
do you know they did keep a part of that name,
Bill,
Bill.
Vil.
the Thrasher,
the letter A.
the Thrasher part in their. Oh no, wait, they're not the Thrashers, are they? Dang, I thought that.
They used to be.
So
They were
In
for a
their,
while.
in
We
their
had a
hockey
ho-
team,
yes.
the
Used to be.
Thrashers?
They turned into Tampa. Was it Tampa Bay Lightning? Is that where they went?
no,
Or where'd they go?
no. Our state bird is the brown thrasher. Just little
Ooh,
fun
yeah,
fact.
my wife
Oh.
probably could have told
And
us
so
that.
for a period of time, we had a hockey team called the Atlanta Thrashers.
It did, okay,
But
man,
it didn't.
I'm not
They,
crazy,
they didn't go. We also had the Atlanta Flames way back when. They're now the Calgary Flames.
Come on.
So Atlanta has rejected 2 pro hockey teams in the
believe it.
last like 20, 25 years.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I didn't think I was
Yeah,
crazy.
so
The
it's-
Thrashers. I was looking around here. I was like, wait, they don't have an NHL team.
Not
just
a,
tell
not a
you-
hockey town.
Who did they become?
The Atlanta Flames became the Calgary Flames. I don't know what happened to
Yeah, Thrashers.
the Thrashers. They might have moved to Phoenix, become the Arizona Wild. I don't know. Don't quote me. But they totally changed their name when they moved.
If there was a
Tampa
sport I
Bay
expected you to know a bunch about,
It wouldn't be hockey.
Hey,
Hockey's not
listen, let me tell you, Mighty Ducks, bro.
Quack quack.
different.
Quack.
That's the
Listen,
movie.
Gordon
Flying
Bombay
V,
taught me
Flying
everything I
V.
know.
Wow.
If I can't learn it in the flying V, I don't want to know it. You know what
Sure.
I'm saying?
I looked up a picture of what a brown thrasher looks like. I wish y'all could see it on this thing.
So
Yeah.
intimidating.
It is
It's
the,
Adam Sandler.
It is
actually.
the opposite
Yeah.
of what you think. You think a thrasher's probably going to look like a big crow or something just killer looking. This thing looks like it could be a little pet.
It looks like it's going to sing zippity doo dah to
Really,
me.
I keep anticipating it showing up on that
It's
screen
not
right
showing
now.
up on
and
the
it's
screen. I
just-
mean, I can turn it around for you and you can
Oh,
see
it's
real
great.
quick. But
Oh, this is gonna be weird.
I mean, this is
Oh gosh, yeah,
this
yeah.
thing right here.
That thing's gonna
Yeah,
come after you.
absolutely.
It's coming.
Come
after
on.
you.
Yeah,
Come
I
on.
mean,
Which I know. Which do you want to talk about? You want to
Nah,
get
I
into this?
mean my phobia. Yeah.
do you want to
yeah.
get into this real quick
sure.
since we're on the
oh,
bird
you,
thing?
you,
Might
you
as
have a
well.
bird phobia?
I hate birds.
Big time bird.
So you've
phobia.
never flicked someone off?
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, look.
So this. Nah, I just went to
Leave
PG.
that one
Just
there.
went
He doesn't
to
mind
PG-13.
giving birds. He doesn't like.
I
to
mean,
I don't like to
I'm
receive
still
or
on
be
this
the presence.
partying with Adam Sandler business, but we're gonna circle back.
Sure, yeah,
It'll
yeah.
come back. It'll
We'll talk
come
about
to light.
parties later.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly partied. Yeah, I don't. I have an absurd fear of birds. I say absurd because I feel like it's not warranted, but it's still there. They could turn you on a dime and peck everything.
Yeah. Every time I'm like, so what happened?
It's
just
risky.
Nothing. Just don't
I
I
like it.
watched
get it.
the movie. I watched the.
You watched the movie Birds?
the Alfred Hitchcock movie.
Mighty Ducks. No, just kidding.
Like,
I watched Mighty Ducks. and-
watched my ducks and I said, I don't want to
I
be
was
checked. I don't want that to happen. to me.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's been terrible ever since then. I can't. I walked out. This is a true story. We were at dinner at the country club in Odessa this past week, and my wife had called me because my son had broken my daughter's headphones, so they had FaceTimed me in to deal with the situation. And so Aiden's just
Calling the judge
crying.
in.
Yeah, Aiden's crying. Allie's crying. They're both in their separate rooms. Renee's just like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, well, it's fine. Just in the rooms. So I walk outside of the doors of the country club, and I open the doors, and just two right there, birds. I was like, just flapping and landing. I was like, he was like, you all right? I was like, I'll be all right. I think so. I'll be all right.
Couple thrashers out here.
Couple brown thrasers.
And in
Not
Texas too. You know those
Everything's
birds
bigger
are
in Texas.
Yeah.
mean and
terrible.
big. Yeah.
Texas thrasher.
Yeah, I had one of the best fillets I've had in a long time. At that place.
Let's try to get that last one.
A fillet thrasher?
Fillet of thrasher.
I didn't know
Yeah, I
how
got
the two
a
were
flash,
connected.
a flasher fillet, a flasher fillet.
Got flashed by a fillet.
Got
ladies and
flashed by a
gentlemen.
fillet.
Here
yeah,
we
yeah.
go.
I don't know what's
Flash fried.
ATL.
Yeah. All right. So ATL. A couple of weird things about ATL. Currently, it's illegal to tie up your giraffe to a lamppost
You're kidding.
or street lamp,
I'll be right back.
telephone pole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First of all,
Trying so hard not to
Free a
pivot to
giraffe.
South African stories, but we'll wait.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll wait.
It's illegal to carry an ice cream cone in your back pocket on Sundays. Just so you guys know. So,
did we find out the origin of any of these laws, or it's
no,
just
I just love the laws.
yeah.
Against
You
the
love
law,
the law.
against the law in Atlanta, for one man to carry another man on his back. However, women not subject to the same law. Isn't that weird? Can't give a pigback ride to another
Now I
dude.
kind of just want to do it, just to see if I get taken.
Walking
in.
downtown Atlanta, be like, get him.
I'll just pace out and just find the nearest street cop, parked in his car, minding his own business, and I'm gonna
Johnny B, get on my back, bro.
Make
gonna-
eye contact
I'm gonna
with the
put
cop.
Johnny B on my back. I'm just gonna walk by like
What
this.
you about to do?
Huh?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go,
Do something.
huh? And I'm just gonna keep going back and forth until I know. Come on.
Yeah.
Illegal activity.
What if he
here.
arrested you? Right? What if I don't know what the sentence is? What if the sentence there is like 30 days in jail for carrying a dude on your
Worth
Oh my
back?
it.
God. Yeah,
Worth it.
absolutely.
Worth it.
Make sure you get that reel out.
I feel like yeah. I see the reel would blow up.
It's also not legal to put a donkey in your bathtub. Just so you guys know.
Let me call my
Not
wife.
legal.
real quick.
Got it. Check.
Outlawed.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Not legal.
Anyways.
I mean, illegal means not legal.
Yeah.
Got it.
What? You got a bunch of big companies here. Which ones you guys think
There's
are
small.
the
There's a
most
small soda company
Yeah.
Yep,
based out of
Pepsi.
here. There's a chicken producing
Coke.
company.
There's
that
a
out
rival
of
to
here.
Lowe's
There's
based
a,
here.
Home Depot,
There's,
yeah.
there's a DePot.
Yeah.
Depot.
Yeah, so
Yep.
Home Depot, Coca-Cola, Chick-fil-A,
Yep.
CNN.
CNN,
Delta, somebody. Come on.
Delta.
Call back.
Yeah.
Yeah, Turner Media, right?
Yeah, the Marriott's down here.
Really? That's right. You're right. Yeah.
MailChimp. Those of you using that emails.
Oh,
MailChimp.
yeah, I forgot that they were here. We used
Wow.
them.
Popeyes
Shout
down
out
here.
MailChimp, sponsored by them now.
Popeyes, not Louisiana.
Popeyes down here.
Popeye's here, not Louisiana?
They sit on a
That
throne of
is
lies.
Misleading.
Oh
It's not my job to
my,
keep
got
accountable.
those.
UPS down here.
Right, are you
Okay.
sure you didn't find like the world's cleanest Popeyes is in Atlanta? Or something?
The one they missed, I think, is true. Isn't Waffle House? No,
Waffle House.
Zaxby's is based out of here.
I don't know about Zaxby's, but Waffle House definitely is based out here. You can see the original one.
no, on here.
The original one they turned into a museum, and then during COVID they shut the museum down. But the building is still there.
Yeah.
You can ride right by it. It's in this real ghetto sketch part of town, but it's cool. Yeah, wow.
Sounds
Well, they
amazing.
have, of course, a place that all tourists go when they come, which is the Varsity. Ever had the Varsity?
Varsity, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What do you have?
absolutely.
What
What do you have? Yeah,
What
what
do
do
you
you have? when you go to
have?
do you
The
have?
varsity?
What do you
what do you
have?
2 dogs, 2 burgers, and a shake.
My
man said,
God,
give me all
my
the meat.
guy.
On top.
Give me all the
Hold
meat.
the fries.
Yeah.
Give me all the
Yeah.
beef.
Give me all the beef you have.
Interesting fact about the varsity. Everybody knows, and you probably have all this written down. It's the largest drive-thru in the world.
It is.
It serves more Coca-Cola than any other physical location on earth
3 million servings.
Really?
Are
Get
you
rid
ready?
of the notes. Come on.
My go-to is the chili
that's true.
We hit the
dog.
Varsity in the Atlanta airport before we took off
you
and
go.
got FOs. You know what the FO is?
No.
The
Farts.
frosted orange.
Oh,
Didn't know where you're going with that, buddy.
I thought
That's what it's called. It's called an FO.
true.
It's frosted orange.
I'm trying to find. I can't
I've
remember if
never
it's
had
3
that,
minutes a day.
actually.
Or
Oh,
Is it
bro.
great?
So
It's
good.
great.
Is it amazing?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a orange sherbet milkshake.
It's like a
situation.
dreamsicle kinda,
Yeah, it's like a
if you've ever had
dreamsicle.
dream- yeah.
But it's like a milkshake. It's fantastic.
they're great.
Yeah.
Sounds fantastic.
It's so good.
It is good.
Been ordering
Atlanta?
wrong 20 years.
Yeah. What do you get at the Varsity?
Yeah, I'm a dog guy. Probably 3 dogs, fries, FO.
Slaw on them or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
No
judging,
slaw,
but
no
good
slaw.
Lord, guys.
First of all,
Yeah.
these hot dogs aren't like the size of your water bottle. They're like the size of your finger.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
Second of all, there's a reason you weigh 130 pounds and we don't.
Yeah, also. Get off me.
Listen,
We're not walking in front of a cop in Atlanta right
True.
now. Get off my back.
Get on my back.
Fun varsity story. I ordered a salad there once,
That's-
and let me tell you what a salad consists of
How
at
do
the
I
varsity.
mute
Come
you?
on.
I'm gonna mute
It's
you.
the
pickle.
burger
It's
toppings.
a pickle.
That's all it is. It's the burger
Believe
toppings
it.
and a to-go
Channel
plate.
4?
It's like the lettuce and tomato. It legit looked like a burger without the bun or the patty.
Sounds great.
Wow.
It was the worst.
That is
So
disgusting.
don't do that.
These guys spend their whole life screaming out, "What do
What
you
do you
have?"
have?
And this guy walks up and says,
A salad.
Salad.
Hey, give me everything that goes on your burger except for the burger and
Yeah.
the bread
Yum.
and,
I'll hold
and the
I'll have
condiments.
the burger.
Yum.
Yeah, I'll have the burger. Hold the burger.
Hold the burger. So you want nothing?
It's on
That's
brand.
exactly right.
Enjoy here. I'm just gonna.
But
give
I
you-
would like to pay you for it.
I'll tell you what. This is free. Just take this piece of lettuce and get out of here, you rabbit.
Get out of here, you rabbit. I'm sorry. I think he gave me what my food is.
Yeah, yeah. How many miles? This is ridiculous, by the way. How many miles?
I just made our intern lose it. Isn't that great?
We have a studio
How
audience.
many miles of hot dogs do they sell every day?
So we're talking tip to tip. We're in.
Tip, tip, tip.
We're
I'm
lining those
saying
up.
every
round the block.
single day, which is ridiculous, by the way, what I'm about to tell you guys.
Wait a second. I want to guess this.
I just can't.
Hang
Do
on.
it.
Hang on.
Do it.
Hang on.
I can't. No, yeah.
3,000 miles.
Okay, that's a little aggressive.
I was going to say
122
122.
miles?
Yeah, a little more aggressive.
I'm gonna go one. No, I'm
One
kidding.
You're
mile.
close. Stay there.
2 miles.
Hold,
Okay, one.
hold,
Oh,
hold.
finally.
1.7
What is this?
miles.
Episode 7?
2 miles worth of hot dog, just hot
That
dogs.
seems low.
2
One-
miles a day.
I did it.
So multiply that by 360.
That means they're
Hang
selling
on a second.
10,000 plus.
That's what I was going to say. There's,
Probably
there's-
20,000,
There's
'cause
6
they're not a
inches.
foot long, so
yeah,
it's
there's
20,000.
6 inches.
20,000
You
plus
got
hot dogs a day.
5,000 foot or so in a mile, right?
Yep.
So we're selling 10,000 hot dogs a day. That seems low.
20,000 because 2 miles.
2 miles.
20,000.
20,000. That seems right. I can, yeah. 20,000
It always
hot
comes
dogs.
back to math here at
Yeah.
the Bingeworthy Pod.
2,500 pounds of potatoes every day.
Yeah, but it's worth it.
That's because Americans are
And
disgusting.
listen, this is absurd. This is Kevin style chili right
Come
here.
on.
300 gallons
what I'm
of
talking
chili
about.
every day.
It took me a minute to realize what you're saying about
No.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Oh, Kevin
Crash is
Alvarez.
finally on the screen over there, by the way. It's no longer on my screen, but he's over there.
Hey, it's slow and steady wins the race.
I don't mean to scare you. Don't
If
look
you
that
can
way.
go ahead and guess what I'm going to go to next, so you can have it
Wait,
ready
wait,
pulled
wait.
up in 20 minutes.
Yeah,
that'd
once
be
you give me
great.
the list, I can go
Yeah,
ahead and
yeah.
get to that.
Man, have y'all been on the Ferris wheel?
Yeah, I have.
On any Ferris wheel?
No,
or
no, like on the Skyview Atlanta.
I've not.
No.
Funny story. Me and my wife, we did a date to the Ferris wheel, a Groupon for the
Ooh.
Ferris wheel,
feels right.
and if you know me, I tend to make a lot of mistakes when technology is involved. So I was trying to like purchase this Groupon, and my wife calls the number just to make sure I got the right one, and she tried to say it was called the romance package, but when she was talking to him, she got tongue tied and she says, "We're calling about the romance package," and they were like, "Come again?" It was like the romance package. So anyway,
It's a great episode. I'm coming back, guys.
So
I missed
I highly recommend the romance package.
can't.
It's chocolates and 2 tickets on the Ferris wheel.
it. 42 gondolas. Yeah.
I got nothing.
One more time.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
How many feet of hot dogs? I'm just kidding.
40,000 hot dogs. Yeah.
All right. So Skyview Atlanta.
Where do you
That's
go
what you're
from
talking about.
here?
Yeah,
You're talking about
Holy-
Skyview
They're
Atlanta.
actually enclosed. It's like a clear pod that you're in.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Climate control. Was it great?
Yeah, I loved it, and
Don't
and,
they-
and you- it's in good pace. You're on there for probably a good 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Oh,
It's just
wow. Way longer than
slow,
I
and then
thought.
you'll hang out, and then you'll go. It's pretty cool.
It's a lot of making out. Isn't that?
Well, it's all clear. I
don't
mean,
they
you
have
know.
one of those in London? Isn't
your
it like
own
the
risk.
big like
I
when you
think
see?
that they're really famous for the bridge.
I know they have a bridge, but they also have one like you're describing these. Hang on.
I mean, it just depends
We'll
on
have there.
you.
We'll come
You
back
gotta-
to it in
we'll
20
come back
minutes.
to it in 20
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah,
Yeah, kind of thing.
I love Wi-Fi.
It
Y'all,
goes around.
Yeah.
I'm
London.
Caleb's in it.
I'm trying so hard
Caleb, we've been to the aquarium.
not
No,
to
let's
drop
just-
not to drop Dustin's favorite 10 seconds of comedy we've ever had on the show.
Yeah, no, you're good. No, it's called the London Eye. There is one there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. It's
Oh
got
yeah,
these
the
little-
London one
little-
is the famous one.
Yeah, it's got the
Oh, yeah,
little-
there it is.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, cool.
It's definitely there for
Looks
us to all
remarkably
view at the
like
same
Every
the
time.
episode,
brown
of this, every episode of
thrasher.
this podcast has something else wrong with it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's fun.
I really wish it would just been the mass amount of cables I left on
We
the
should have left
tabletop.
it there.
Can't tell we
But
took
yeah,
a couple
like
weeks
is
off.
it? Are the pods like this?
It's more of a Ferris wheel model.
That's what that is. Look at it's a Ferris wheel.
It's a
called
bird,
the London
guys.
Eye.
Yeah, these pods
Costs
are
70 million pounds.
they're individual. So it's just for
Not
you
weird.
and your group. You're not gonna have to like cross pollinate in the pods. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. So these
It's
are like little
just you
COVID
and your group.
capsules.
Yeah. It's nice though.
I'm trying to get past whatever it is they're doing.
So wait.
Yeah, well, it's cross-pollinated.
So you know with the Emmys,
What's that?
with the Emmy Awards,
yeah.
Yeah, for
you're
TV.
not actually nominated based on the quality of your entire show. You send in one episode.
Are you talking about this one?
Any Emmy, I'm just saying. I think we found our Emmy episode.
Yeah. I mean,
This is the one.
Right, like when Breaking Bad was won
True.
best drama
Wait, are you
series,
saying
it actually
are
won
you
best
saying Emmy like
episode.
the awards, or are you saying Emmy like M, the letter M, the letter E? About you saying your stuff? You're talking about me.
The awards.
Okay.
I love it.
When I was a kid, I thought the Emmys were M-E, and it was all about me.
Wow.
I think it's a country song about that.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, no, I want to talk about me.
You want to do that
Yeah.
today?
I want to
Yeah.
talk about me.
I did a lot of that yesterday.
Just kidding.
All right.
Yeah. Anyways,
Hot Atlanta.
Hot Atlanta, headquarters of Coca-Cola World of Coke. We've
Yeah.
been there together.
World of
World
Coke.
of Coke.
Wore our
We
masks.
went in COVID times.
We went
Nothing was
during
open.
COVID.
Hardly had any
Awful.
drinks whatsoever. Charged us a full price.
It
So
was-
yeah, same price.
It's one of
Worst
the more
experience.
letdown experiences in Atlanta, I'd say.
Yeah, I would agree. The only thing cool about the World of Coke is you get to kind of go through the like Centennial Park area. Obviously,
Correct. That is cool.
1996,
That is
Atlanta
cool.
got a little famous for hosting the Olympics, and then an
Yeah, I
unfortunate.
was gonna say. I think it was the
Unfortunate
less
event.
for the Olympics and more for
Yeah,
what
with the
happened.
bombing.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
bombing. Yeah.
right.
I need to. There was a documentary about
There
that.
is.
Yeah, I watched that. I was like, I need
There's
to.
a movie about it, actually.
movie,
isn't
Is that
there?
what
yeah.
it is? The movie?
I think it's a
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, it's the movie. That's what it is.
It was a Clint Eastwood movie, maybe?
Yeah, it was a Clint Eastwood.
Really?
Yeah. What was that?
It's supposed to be good. I don't remember.
You got a
but
computer right in front
that's
of
what
you.
it was.
It
It
doesn't
was,
matter.
it was basically
We'll
on
put it in
how it
post.
destroyed the life of the suspect who
Yeah.
actually had nothing to do with
God,
it.
yeah,
but became a
bigger
runaway
dude,
train.
The bigger dude who actually
Like to
discovered
this
the
day,
bomb.
when I hear about that, I picture him in my head.
yeah.
Don't know his name.
What was his actual name?
Richard Jewell.
Richard Jewell.
Him.
So the film, I don't see anything about.
think is well-reviewed,
I don't see anything
solid
about
movie.
Clint Eastwood. So
Maybe
the,
not.
the movie was called Richard Jewell.
So he didn't do it.
Directed by Clint Eastwood.
There
There
you
it
go.
is.
Yeah, yeah.
Got it. And it was on
There it is.
Netflix.
Yes. Yeah. It's a great
Yes.
So Richard didn't do it.
No.
movie. Richard
He,
did not.
No,
Richard
he
didn't
was.
ruined his life because he was the main suspect.
Yeah.
Because they needed
Correct.
they
They
needed
needed a
somebody
fall
to
guy.
pin, and they just because he was around the bomb at the right time, They
Oh
just
my
said,
gosh.
They needed a fall guy. He found the backpack. They're like, how would you know it was a bomb?
Yep.
Like this whole thing.
destroyed his whole life.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
His mom, everything. I mean, it's not. The movie's crazy.
Yeah.
Artistic liberty is what it is. But man, what a terrible moment for that
Yeah,
dude
that's
who
bad.
like literally saved the thousands of lives.
Yeah.
And then became the fall guy instead.
Wow.
It makes me super sad. Atlanta's also home to the oldest baseball team.
The Atlanta
You
Braves.
guys didn't know that. Oldest continually operating professional sports franchise in the country.
But it came here from a couple other places.
Yeah.
Yeah, where at?
Boston
Boston.
In Milwaukee.
and
That's it.
Milwaukee. No.
The team started as the Boston Red Stockings in 1871 before it moved to Atlanta in 1966.
So where did Milwaukee fall? Because I know they were the Milwaukee
Braves.
Braves at some point.
Correct.
Maybe that was just their title. Maybe Milwaukee Braves moved somewhere else.
It's like the Cleveland Browns.
According to
Baltimore
my
Ravens,
research.
Indianapolis, all that jazz.
I'm not the best researcher, though. We've established that. I
boy.
probably shouldn't hold this job. Not sure why I do.
I thought, did you just hustle take over that job for me, or did I just never do it? It
just
could have been both.
Yeah.
You just
so-
never did it.
Okay.
So yeah, you did miss it. They
I
went.
wanted
they-
you to do it because you're way
Oh,
smarter
I'm
than
all
me.
about
Yeah.
it.
You're
You
a
missed-
way bigger nerd than
Just
I
give me
am.
something
You
else.
missed a
That'd
slight.
be great. From
you
here
missed-
on out, if you just want to be the nerd,
Let me just give it.
that'd be,
You can do it.
you're way better
to
at
self.
this stuff.
Yeah, you missed a slight
Podcast
stint
research.
that they went from Boston. They left Boston in 1953, went to Milwaukee in 1953, and
wow.
then went to the
They
Braves
were
in
only
the
there for
60s.
13. Milwaukee really screwed it up.
They did not
only
do
there
it
for
well.
13 years before they were like,
I
man,
think,
we
bunch
don't
of
like this
drunks.
town
I
at
think
all.
Hank Aaron started when they were still in Milwaukee.
I think
Ooh,
so.
that tracks.
Yeah.
Based
I
on
mean,
timeline, yeah.
Johnny B. Sports
at me.
Extraordinary.
Hank
Come
Aaron
on.
Week is coming up here in
Mighty
Atlanta.
Ducks.
Was it end of May? No, end of May? Beginning of May? They do it, or end of April. They do like a Hank Aaron weekend,
Yeah.
and they give away a bunch of stuff. I have a bobblehead, Hank Aaron bobblehead.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Love a Hank Aaron. Yeah, the Braves, who won the World Series. I'm about to say, Super Bowl. Atlanta,
Yeah.
you want to talk about the Super Bowl?
Oh,
is
we
that
don't.
something we don't
Super
really
Bowl
talk about?
50?
Yeah, we don't want to talk
yeah,
about.
not in Atlanta.
Yeah,
That
we
was
don't know
not.
what
That
I'm
was
tough.
had a lot of sad neighbors.
Yeah.
It's tough.
They hold a film festival every year. That's a qualifying festival for the Academy Awards, which I did not know. I didn't know. I don't know how you qualify for the. You said the Emmys. I had no idea. What you just said was true.
The Emmys, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know you had to qualify for the. I just assumed they watched a couple movies and were like, good,
that one.
good. So you had to like submit. Is that? Do you know the like? do you-
Yes, you do submit.
So you
for
submit your
Academy Awards.
film,
You submit your film by certain dates with certain criteria.
right?
And then once you submit it, then the Academy is given however many hundred submissions there are, given a period of time to watch them,
Huh?
vote on them. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Also,
Yeah.
fun fact about the Academy Awards also is the way they reconfigured the Best Picture. We're going down a rabbit hole. We don't need
What do
to.
you mean? That's-
So in the past, it used
Oh,
to
yeah.
be, it was you got to vote. Movie with the most votes won. Saving Private Ryan, one of the great movies of all time. Steven Spielberg, Tom
Amen.
Hanks, 1998, got hosed by Shakespeare in Love. One of the reasons was it basically promoted super fans of one movie could beat a better film. So now you rank them. And the way it goes is essentially the best movie is going to always be ranked near the top, so they assume that it's going to come out that way. There've been some terrible winners lately, though. So
Oh yeah.
I mean, Shakespeare in Love, though,
come on,
it's pretty good.
I'm
it
not
was
gonna say it's better than Saving Private Ryan.
Come on.
No,
come on.
I love me
Come
some
on,
Saving
Johnny
Private
B.
Ryan.
They're both good, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
it's
great.
true. That's true.
You guys ever been down to
Young Gwyneth
the
Paltrow.
Botanical Garden?
I'm
Feels like
not.
a good date day.
Not
Yes,
in Atlanta, no.
yes,
You have been?
yes.
Whoa, this is okay. Usually I'm like Caleb's never
I'm
been
not a
there.
really big garden
Yep.
guy.
Oh.
Not a big garden guy. Walked through it one time.
Tends
Do you
to
know
be
what it's
bugs.
called? The Botanical Garden? Like, why did I say that?
Guardians.
Oh, I don't know.
You
But
been?
where do we just go? Because we're not in Atlanta.
The only
I
garden I
just
go
want
to
to
is
remind
Olive.
everybody
You know what I'm
today's
saying?
sponsored by
Like a-
Crumble Cookies.
What
Wait,
do you have in
wait.
my beverage?
We're
Hey,
talking about the botanical gardens near Piedmont Park, right?
You been,
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Piedmont Park is great.
You been
Beautiful.
to Town
Speaking of.
Garden? You
Piedmont.
been? You been to Town Garden?
Botanical
Garden.
I feel like I tried to go into my UK voice right
Yeah,
there.
been
Killing.
Botanic
Like
Garden.
I
That
said,
got weird.
Emmy episode
Botanic Garden
written
got
all
some
over
great
it.
stuff.
It has a big canopy walk. Did you guys do that?
I don't remember.
It's a 600-foot long, 40-foot high forest sidewalk. You ever seen that? Me either. We won't be able to see it up there either.
Nope. I'm not even. I went down this Academy Award rabbit hole, and now I'm looking at the
great.
movie that won this year. Y'all go ahead.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you're still in here. All right.
Yeah, I'm still here.
You guys know what the rivalry between Georgia Tech and Georgia is called? Because
The
this
football.
hurt my heart.
Oh gosh,
You know it. Come on, JB. You're a homer. You're a homer. while we're
It's
doing
the
that?
something bowl, right?
The something bowl.
Show these
Yeah, like
cookies off while you're thinking.
So instead of the iron bowl, it's the steel bowl.
oh
It's the
man,
No.
Is there a best or an old in it?
There's an old in it.
Yeah.
old
Rocky Top.
Yeller. I don't know.
The old Yeller bowl.
Old
Yes.
Yeller. You know what? I should know this. I don't. Man.
The clean old-fashioned hate is what it's called.
There it is.
Wow.
Clean old-fashioned hate.
Wow.
That
Bowl.
is a lot of things happening in there. Clean old.
No.
Is it old or old?
Old,
So it's not. It's not.
OLD.
Okay.
not
Is
like
that-
oil. I don't know why that was
No,
simple.
no, no.
Like
I
Ole
don't-
Miss?
I wasn't saying oil, whatever this means.
Yeah,
I was saying
sure you're
old,
out of the ground.
like Ole Miss, like O-L or
Oh,
O-L-E.
Oh, good
Or,
old boys.
or apostrophe O-L.
Oh, God.
Oil.
Clean
what? I'm
old
confused.
hate? Is that what it's called?
Hey,
Clean old-fashioned hate.
Clean old fashioned. I like that I said old, and he thought I said oil,
Oil.
which I love.
We
Because
saw
that-
it.
because that's how my dad
That's
said
great.
oil. It was one syllable for
Oil.
oil.
old.
Yeah, it was oil.
Oh.
Yeah. I remember my dad asking me to go get him Italian sub, make sure they put plenty of oil on it. He's talking about.
Did you talking about this right here? What's this right here?
He wasn't talking
Coloring
about.
it?
He wasn't talking about like motor oil.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
Motor oil.
Yeah.
Y'all ever see Fred Armisen do his accent bit all over the 50 states? No. And he gets to Baltimore and he goes, motor oil. Baltimore, motor oil.
Let me tell you something. We saw some pump jacks real up close, and I thought we were going to get arrested when we were in Odessa.
Ooh, yeah.
Because we went off on a back.
trespassed.
We went off on a back.
I mean, we went
We
somewhere.
accidentally turned down the wrong street,
We went to a place.
and man, those things are huge, pumping out oil in the
Pump
ground.
jacks?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Oh, he's in it. Yeah, I figured it'd be a minute. Go ahead. Yeah,
It's-
go
it's a
for it.
local
All
place,
right.
you know?
You guys know what the symbol?
Got to support local
I want
business.
to try this little, gotta support local, man.
It's a mom and pop shop.
The little mom and pop crumble shop over here.
You ever been to Chili's?
You guys ever ate good in the neighborhood?
Oh, come on.
Yeah. So the symbol for Atlanta. You guys know what it is? We're gonna go history
The
here.
symbol for
Yeah,
Atlanta?
We're gonna go with some history. We're
Uh,
bouncing all over the place because I have zero method
like
to the
a boat.
madness.
A-Town down.
Symbol for Atlanta.
Phoenix. It's a phoenix.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Rising
actually.
from the
Why is it
ashes.
familiar?
Rising from the ashes.
Yes.
The-
What happened?
They torched the
Because
South.
Atlanta burned down.
Torched the South.
They
They
torched
did
the
torch
South.
Who did that? What general? Anybody know?
General.
Hold on.
Based
Ely.
on the show.
Robert
today,
E. Lee.
think.
Sherwin.
That is correct. Man.
Yeah, you're right.
Caleb's in it today.
General
Come on.
Sherwin?
That's right.
Yeah, you're
Of
right.
the Sherwin-Williams?
'Cause he tried to
family?
burn down
Sher-
Savannah.
Sherman.
But he made
Oh,
a deal.
Sherman.
Yeah.
He made a deal with the ghosts, and he never burned down Savannah. That was
Right? That's
they
basically
told me.
how it went down.
Yeah. It
Google
was
it.
part of the. I was trying to find it. I was trying to find it in here and I can't find it. But
It's there.
it's there somewhere.
I'm still in this clean old-fashioned hate.
I mean, what a name for a sports game.
Yeah. I don't know where I put that at. It's somewhere in these notes that happened. The Phoenix is true. Yeah, I was gonna give you guys more context on that, but I'm like,
Hey,
where,
cool story, bro.
So we got
where did I put it? All right, let's talk about what we all love, which is flying. Dustin and I ran into some celebrities this
food.
weekend
Yeah,
while we were flying, and it was weird because everybody. Oh, by the way, y'all know who else? What other companies down here started? One of your favorites and ours, Lay's Potato Chips, founded down here in Atlanta.
Really?
Invented in
Really?
Atlanta.
Still here?
I did not know that.
I don't know if they're still based here, but I do know that 100% they were here. They're invented
Nope,
here.
they're in Plano, Texas.
That makes sense. Yeah, everything's bigger in Texas. Anyways, the airport. Let's talk
Sounds
about
like I'm
that.
saying plain old.
Picturing a potato
It sounds like
chip
I'm saying plain old
big.
Texas.
Plain old Texas.
Plain
not-
old.
The
It's
plane train.
Plano.
Is that oil or oil?
Plain old
Yeah, this
Texas.
is driving me crazy. That I can't find this. It's fine. Doesn't matter. Let's keep moving on. I can't find this Phoenix thing now. I'm like, God, I know it's in here somewhere.
You're moving that cup around like Dusty Slay does between the two
I
chairs.
was wondering. I was wondering if it was coming in for landing or not.
Oh man.
Land the plane. Land the plane.
But yeah, we had a celebrity sighting. We were
thanks.
leaving. We connect Odessa to DFW to Atlanta. The DFW flight was already going to be getting in pretty late. We were waiting for things to happen. Anyway, we're standing there and we notice that there's a short guy, kind of a little athletic build.
That's one way to put it.
I mean, I feel like
He's fine. He's probably not watching.
no, I'm just saying. I feel like he did have an athletic build. He's got muscle. He's
Got
he's
connections.
He's kind of jacked.
Yeah.
No, he's
Yeah,
not
oh,
jacked.
yeah. I would
He's fine.
say
I thought he might be an athlete.
I think he's like Johnny B. Maybe a little bit bigger than Johnny B.
really.
Yeah, I mean,
Johnny
he's
B,
shorter.
you just made
He's
Johnny
definitely
B's
way
life.
shorter than you. Probably comes up to your
Come
shoulder.
on.
Anywho, so we're sitting there.
you know, I was
His
thinking-
back is to us. There are young ladies coming up to him, taking selfies with him. He's being very nice about it, but he's being very quiet and discreet about it. He's not making a thing out of it. And in my mind, I'm like, I even looked at him and told him before I could even see his face. I was like, that could be Kirk Franklin. Which, if you don't know Kirk Franklin, and he is a famous gospel singer.
Do you want a revolution?
Do you want a revolution? Woo woo. And so anyway, so we're like, so I have my phone out. He gets on first. We're like, whoever he's first class, obviously.
Who's on second?
Not us. So he goes on, and then I look at him and like, sorry, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna open up the camera on my phone, and as soon as we turn that corner on the plane, he's gonna be sitting there in first class somewhere. I'm gonna nonchalantly take a picture of it, and I'm gonna send it to Johnny B because he knows all the celebrities. And be like, who's this?
Yeah.
So as soon as I turn the corner, very first seat, bam, there he is. I'm like 3 feet from Kirk Franklin. And I think I even I know he heard me.
100% he heard you.
I put my phone away and I go, no, it's Kirk.
I didn't realize. I don't know if you realized you did it or not.
I know.
And I wasn't going to acknowledge it because I didn't want to be associated with you.
As soon as I did it, thank you for that, by the way. As soon as I did it, I was like, that was loud.
Yeah. That was Kirk. And I was like, lady, move out. This guy behind me is going
He
nuts.
refuses to turn around and
I
acknowledge
don't.
me. I had to say it 2 more times. I had to
heard you,
wait until after we got out of first class, and then he finally went,
Yeah, I heard you. I wasn't going to acknowledge you while we were still there, 2 feet from him. Because he's going, hey, Chris, right in front of me. Did you hear me? It's Kirk Franklin.
As it came out,
It's Maverick City's dad. I saw him up here.
As it came out, I almost went, what's up, Kirk? But
That'd be great.
I was trying not to be like, he already had people sitting next to him and everything. So anyway,
You think that a lot of
You should have been. Does it make you clap your hands?
No.
Does it make you want to dance?
I think when
Stomp?
we got in our seat. I think once we got in our seat, I think we started doing like, do you want a revolution?
My brother, can't you see?
Yeah, do you
I
think
got the
that- do you
victory.
think that celebrities. Here's what I want to do. I want to like go up to celebrities and just act like they should know who I am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because obviously it's easy to figure out who they are, right? Like Kirk, man, so good to see you, bro. It's been a long time since we did that recording together back in '92, and just see if he's like, oh, jeez, what are we doing?
He's like,
now?
oh man, I forgot
You know what I
this
mean?
guy.
Just a bit.
No, I
And,
just
and then
Could it be?
because you're white, he's gonna be like, was he in Toby Mac's band? He's gotta be from Toby Mac's
Oh,
band. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, that went too far.
I'm just kidding.
Ouch.
No, I love it. Hey, I did figure it
Is he
out,
in
by the
DC
way.
Talk? I can't
Only USC
remember.
to ever be burned due to an act of war
Was
There
he
you go.
Phillips Craig or
General
Dean?
Sherman.
I'm just kidding.
is correct. Yeah.
Is he
Kirk
in
Franklin.
Avalon?
Oh gosh, darn it. Wait, are you Phillips, Craig, and Dean?
No, he
Phillips,
was in-
Craig, and Dean? Is that what you are?
Kirk Franklin got his fame in Selah. Just kidding.
Wait, what? I'm trying to think back. Like, what?
He's one of
Sailor.
those guys from Audio Adrenaline.
Yeah,
Oh my
he was an audio
gosh.
A for hot
Hey man,
second.
did I just see you at the what's that? Winter Gym? You were at Winter Gym?
Winter Gym?
Is that right?
Yeah.
I was Lecrae. Right. Sorry, my bad. You guys
Yeah.
look alike.
I really wanted to be like, tell Mav I said hey, because you know that's where he's going.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No, we were. Oh yeah, we're going to
You're going
Atlanta.
to
Yeah, we're going
Yeah.
to Atlanta. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about the airport. Airport's crazy big.
It's
were you standing there when someone said this? Did you hear this while we were on our flight and we landed in Atlanta? Someone said it's the world's largest airport.
It is the world's
Yeah.
busiest.
Busy.
airport.
Busiest,
Busiest
yes.
World's
airport.
busiest.
Foot
airport.
traffic.
Yeah.
It used to be by like 40% too. Not even close.
However, it might be the world's largest. You know how big it is?
Sorry, go ahead. No.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
It is the size, the length of 45 football fields.
How many hot dogs?
Tip to tip. Tip to tip.
Oh god!
How many varsity hot dogs can you put on the Atlanta
don't think it is
Hartsfield
the
International
largest.
Runway?
To your point, it is the busiest,
The busiest.
and it's not close, but I don't think it's the
No.
largest. It's not small.
Yeah,
to be
I don't
fair.
know if it is or not. I'm sure like Heathrow or one of those
Yeah, I
guys
don't
has
know.
got to be bigger.
I think there are bigger ones.
Like international hubs. But yeah, 45 football fields is how big the terminal is, which is insane to me. And I didn't know this. It's
World's
only 3 hours
largest-
to any major American city.
World's largest airport. You ready?
That's why it's a big hub. That's the research I did. 3-hour flight from many.
Yeah, definitely not all. I've definitely been on about a 6 hour Atlanta to Seattle flight.
It's not like a little.
I've done a 10-hour Atlanta to Honolulu
There's
flight.
actually a
About 3
vortex
hours,
here in
give or
Atlanta
take.
that will get you
3
wherever you need to
hours, give or
go.
take.
Well, I think once you do the math of the time change,
Yeah.
only 3 hours.
Why? That's fair. Why is it the world's busiest airport? Like the
I'm
simple
going to
answer.
guess.
Oh,
I
easy.
would-
the
I would-
most amount of people go through it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's,
International
like, the
probably
population
benefit.
of
But
humans.
why do more people go through there than anywhere else?
Is it like because it's an international gateway? Like
It is.
East Coast.
It's because it's Delta's hub. Because
Delta's
Delta's
hub.
amazing.
Delta, shout out
Oh,
Delta.
that's right.
Everything from Delta goes
I forgot
everywhere.
you were a spokesman for
Come
Delta.
on, baby. Let's go.
Right.
Speaking of, do you know what the world's largest airport is?
Size-wise?
My guess was Heathrow.
Size-wise.
Yeah, my guess was Heathrow.
Not even close.
No, not even close. Meaning like not in the right continent.
Is
or-
it in the United States?
Nope.
I have no idea.
Dubai's airport.
Tokyo?
The second one will be interesting for y'all to know.
no
No.
idea.
First, the largest airport in the world, the airport code is DMM. Anybody know what that is?
I know you slide into them.
There it is.
Hey.
These are DMMs, not DMs.
Sling
Sling.
into them.
You sling into them.
Good call out by the
Call
the
out.
producer today.
I love it. It is in Saudi Arabia. It is Dammam, DAMMAM, Saudi Arabia.
Wait a second.
The King Fahd International Airport.
is the largest like in mass.
Huh? It is 299 square miles.
This big?
How many?
What?
How many hot dogs is that tip to tip?
I don't know. But you know what really blows my mind is what the second biggest airport in the world is in terms of space. And it is in America. And it is not Atlanta.
Dallas.
Denver.
No. You look at my freaking screen.
No, I didn't. No, I've been to
Is it because of
Denver.
the is it because of the
It's spread
underground
out.
tunnels?
Denver.
Denver's super spread
Denver
out.
is-
Denver
yeah.
is the
Yeah.
second biggest
Do
airport
they
in the
include?
world.
Do
Makes
they
sense.
include the underground tunnels?
Yes.
They have to.
Yes, they have to.
By law.
Where Michael Jackson is now living with Tupac in solitude.
Listen, when we get, I think next week when you're in Honduras next week.
I'm in
I think we're
Honduras.
bringing. I think we're bringing intern Lindsay back
Do it.
to do conspiracy theories. Are you in Honduras next week?
Nope.
Oh, you like a good conspiracy theory?
She can take my spot because clearly I'm not doing it.
I love the silence now, but that phone call
broke the screen.
earlier was loud.
That's back when I was looking at who won the Academy Award.
I will say
literally
this
20
for
minutes ago.
Atlanta's airport. There are a lot of big airports that are much more terrible experience than Atlanta's.
Yeah.
Atlanta has
You're
laid
right.
it out pretty well, given their size. Easy to get back and forth.
Yep.
O'Hare's a nightmare. JFK's a nightmare.
hell,
LAX
it's such
is
a
the worst
nightmare.
place on earth. So good job, Atlanta. Well done.
You know,
I would
LAX.
say the only thing I don't like about Atlanta. I've had a couple of moments like I take a lot of red
The
eyes.
airport or the city?
The airport.
Got it. Just make sure.
Yeah. I love Atlanta, the city. I'll tell you what I don't like about the airport.
Hmm.
Because when you take red, like we had a flight, our flight back from Odessa didn't get back in until what, about 2 a.m. Like 1:30. Like we landed like 1:30, 1:40, something like that.
Yeah.
Now the problem is after midnight they shut down the train. So Atlanta's airport set up with a train to go from like 6 terminals. So
It's called the plane train.
A, B,
That
C,
plane
D,
train.
E, F. That's how it rolls down there, right? And this train takes you like however 60 miles an hour down the road.
Yep.
Right. It's 5 to 7 minute walk where you can take this train in like 30 seconds. And so super annoying. Well, after midnight, it shuts down. And we've been on a trip together, right? Where it shut down. We had to walk it. We had to go from C. When you fly in Southwest, you always land in Seagate. You had to walk from C all the way back to the baggage claim.
Yeah.
We landed at like 1:30, and I'm going, tag gummit, Dustin, like we're going to have to walk. And then I look where we're landing. We land in T-Gate. Now,
Which is right next to
is the
baggage.
very
Right
first
next.
gate
Yep,
because
yep.
American owns the world. And so we land. Is that American and Delta? Are they both in T-Gate?
Primarily Delta, but some other. Most non-Deltas are in C and D.
Yeah, Delta
That's
has its own side, right?
They do.
They do.
Yeah. We parked on Delta side because the north side was
That's the
shut
move.
down.
That's the sneaky move.
And so, yeah, because nobody really flies Delta. Oh, tons of parking over there.
Yeah.
Empty. It's very empty.
I think it's elite,
Yeah.
is what they would say.
So I was thankful. I was thankful that we landed in T. We walked about 2 seconds to get out the doors because T-Gate was great. I think I'll always fly American back now. Plus, I love the power of first class. Yeah, you don't get that in Southwest. You barely get acknowledged in Southwest.
Yeah.
But it's fine. Yeah, I love it. I love
DFW
it.
third on that largest airports in the world list.
DFW, we were there. Yeah, that's where we flew out
DFW
of.
third, Orlando 4,
Really?
and Dulles 5.
Where's Atlanta?
As far as
Girth and size.
we're
Where's
talking
it?
about size, it is not in the top 10. The rest of your
Shut
top
up.
10, rest of your top 10 is Beijing, Houston, Shanghai, Cairo, is that how you say it? Cairo, Egypt, and Bangkok.
What was
That's-
number 6?
Number 6 was Beijing.
Beijing Zhong. Had to do it for China.
You calling out your
Guys,
people?
I've been to 5 of the top 10 largest airports.
My man.
Come on.
Look at me.
Yeah.
What a
I've
flex.
been.
Now, according to passengers served in 2020, Atlanta is not number 1.
Well,
It is
COVID.
number 2
Two.
to Guangzhou, China. Is that how you say it?
Guangzhou.
Well, okay.
Zhongguo.
Hold on.
There it is.
In
I'm not
terms
trying to
of
make a political
total
statement here,
passengers served,
but I am going to say
43,000.
2020, everybody was fleeing China.
Fleeing out. Yeah.
Everybody was getting out
There
of
were a lot of
China. I'm not
exits.
making
There
a
were a
plan. I'm
lot
not
of,
like I'm not saying anything.
No.
State
I'm
the
just saying
facts.
like
I'm with
that's
you.
just I know I bet, but I bet they all came through Atlanta, so it maintained their status.
43.76 million people went through that airport in 2020.
That's
and
it.
42.9 million through Atlanta.
In 2019, guess how many came through Atlanta? 110 million.
It's a few folks.
So that's on
a
like
bit.
2020.
Right.
Holy cow!
Yeah, this is.
Do we have
yeah.
any recent states stats?
Maybe.
Nice
Is that in here?
talent.
Look
Oh,
at him go.
Wow.
Okay, well, you know.
They do those tricks on Delta, the flight attendants.
you know what
It's
else
really
was the biggest when it first got built? Was the
Tower of Babel.
aquarium.
great. Tower of Babel.
There you go.
Tower
The
Babel.
aquarium, yeah.
Aquarium.
Water
It used to be.
Yep, water size it was, yeah.
Yeah, it's the
tank,
third
whatever you
largest
call it.
today. It was the largest until what country took it over? I do know the answer to this.
China.
Is that Singapore and China?
Singapore is Singapore.
Is it?
Singapore
Is
is
that a
Singapore is
country?
Singapore. It's a city nation.
2023
Is
list.
this a nation like in the Chinese peninsula?
No, it's south of. It's adjacent to it.
2023
it's attached
list.
to Malaysia, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Down at the very bottom of China, south of China.
Was it part of China that broke off?
It was. Oh, now we're getting that. I'm getting mixed up with Hong Kong. Hong Kong was under British rule for 100 years. Went back to China in the late 90s. Singapore, I think, is its own nation, straight up.
Wow.
Almost certain.
Because it's not big, right?
No, it's
Not
a
a
city.
big
So
country.
that's what I learned today.
It's a city. It's literally a city that is a nation.
I know a plane
the
that's in
Vatican.
South China Sea. Anyway,
Boom.
2023 busiest, Atlanta's back on top with DFW, Denver, O'Hare, and Dubai rounding out the top 5, followed by LAX, Istanbul, Heathrow number 8, Indira Gandhi International Airport, and then Paris rounding out top 10.
Love
How
that.
did he? Man,
So there you go.
Atlanta.
Hold on.
Nailing
Is Singapore part of China or Malaysia? Singapore is a sovereign city-state and country located in Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
It is neither part of China nor Malaysia.
Killer.
It's like a Commonwealth.
Yeah. I'm
It
into
is
that.
also-
It's like
so-
Washington, D.C. It's the Washington, D.C. of Asia.
Jesse, who had a cool career we'll talk about at some point, spent a
never on
lot
the
of
show.
time traveling the world with work, spent a lot of time in Asia. She enjoyed the people there, but that's the one place she's ever been before, which is like, that's the one place that's on the no way we're moving there list. The one part of Asia that she loved, though, is Singapore. It's the cleanest city in the world, and it's not even close.
Wow.
Yeah, you can't chew gum there. You go to prison if you chew gum. No trash, no littering, hard
you
line.
imagine if there's a guy on your back while you're
it's not
chewing
a
that
joke,
gum?
actually. Do you remember the American that got caned like in the 90s? Do you guys remember this?
Yes.
This is, I mean, you guys
I
are
do
young.
remember the American getting king.
Yeah, so like anything they really protect, like it's supposed to be the cleanest place on earth, is the city of Singapore. So if you get a good chance to go
Does
check
that
it
have a
out.
timer or the battery's dead?
Go check it out.
It was just the light
I know, but I'm saying does it have a timer or the battery's just dead?
battery, probably. It's not made for this long shows.
You get your power cord.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I have one, but it's fine. So, cleanest cities in the world 2022, bro. I gotta tell you,
New York City, number one.
Yeah, no doubt. The Bronx, probably.
Copenhagen,
Copenhagen.
Denmark,
Yeah.
followed by Luxembourg, Zurich, and then Helsinki, Finland, and Calgary, Canada. Top 5
Wow.
cleanest cities in the world as of
fake.
2022. I agree, it probably is fake. So anyway,
Fake news. Nobody wants to talk about Singapore, but it's there.
Singapore's happening.
Yeah. You can't deny it.
it's because
yeah.
of war.
You guys obviously know it's a big film capital.
Yep.
Singapore,
Third.
Atlanta.
Atlanta. Yeah. We're back to where the show, remember we were doing a show about Atlanta? Yeah. We're going
I
to stick
was
to
trying
that.
to figure out what city you were talking about.
Well, first of all, Singapore's not a city. It's a sea state, sovereign nation
Sovereign.
in
nation.
East Asia.
District, it's a Commonwealth. Got it.
It's the District of Singapore. Yeah, third only to who? New York and LA. All right, great. What shows do you guys like or movies that were filmed down here?
Ozark.
OZK.
Ozark is great.
Ozark's so
Stranger
good.
Things.
Ozark's really good.
Stranger
Things is
Things,
great.
another winner.
I mean, Walking Dead. We were big Walking Dead fans in the
Yeah.
early years.
Yeah, I love me some Walking Dead.
Lego Masters.
Is that filmed down here?
100%.
That's not on my list.
is.
Didn't know us.
Will Arnett.
A lot of
Love
TV
you, Will.
shows. A lot of TV
Will,
shows
you're
too.
watching. Love you,
Here in
buddy.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Mattia goes to camp.
Fun fact. There's
all Tyler Perry movies.
All Tyler Perry movies, yeah.
Movie shows, commercials.
I do
short
love me
films,
some. Tyler Perry was
YouTubes.
actually born in Atlanta, obviously born and raised in Atlanta. That's why he has this production company down here.
yeah.
It's not, he just didn't think it was cheap.
Drove by his house one time. It's a large estate. It's in Vinings.
It is.
Yeah.
We were
He
talking.
goes
about last
to.
week.
We have to go to church plant in Vines.
Well, there's
he goes there.
His house is down here in Douglasville now.
Wait a second.
Is it?
Yeah, and it's very large. It has a private jet landing strip in it.
Does Steve Harvey live in Atlanta? I'm assuming yes.
He's not. These are people that are just from Atlanta.
Steve
So I don't
Harvey
have
does
if he
live in
lives here or
Atlanta.
not.
Yes, he does.
But Dustin says he does.
I know someone
We
in
hang
the
out.
hospitality industry who did an event at his place, and they said behind the scenes he was one of the nicest people
good
that
dude,
they ever met.
real good dude. We have him over
cool.
often.
Who?
Steve Harvey.
Steve
Oh.
Harvey.
Steve's a good guy.
Quick
Have
fun
most of
fact.
Love
Speaking
fun
of
facts.
things filmed here, there's a suburb of Atlanta known as Covington,
Yep.
and they filmed this show there called The Vampire Diaries.
Love it.
Which I watched like 3 episodes
Don't
and I
lie.
just couldn't
You
do
watched
it.
the whole-
I-
that's
Okay,
just-
own
no, I
it.
really
Own
did.
it. That's great, brother. That's good.
I've got no shame. I mean, I watched Dawson's Creek, One Tree Hill, like that. I thought it was for me. I mean, I don't want to wait for.
God,
Anyway,
it's so good.
so anyway, we were in Covington. I worked for a church there years ago, and any given day you could go to the Covington Square where they filmed the show, and there was tours happening. People from all over the world would come to Covington to take this guided tour through our square where like the Mystic Falls Grill is there, like there's a restaurant in the show, and it just blew my mind because the minute you get out of that square, it's like honky tonkville, right? So it's just people from all over the super fans of this show come here just for that. It just kind of blew my mind.
I'm excited that obviously they're in production. Is that right for season 5 of Stranger Things? And they filmed that right down the street from us. We're in West Atlanta, and so like the video game store and the video game store, the video store, arcade, all that stuff is filmed out here. Hopper's Cabin's out here. A lot of fun stuff's out in this area, and so they'll shut down the street here when they come into town. They'll shut down Main Street or the street behind Main Street because that's where all that stuff is. And it's crazy because
really
you
cool.
look at it. If you come and drive in, it is underwhelming. It's very obvious this is what it is because you see the color scheme and all that. But based on what you see in the show
Right.
and what you see here, it's incredibly underwhelming.
What Main Street?
Main Street, Douglasville. So you blink, you'll miss it. So
I know what you're talking about. I didn't realize it was.
yeah, so on the back side of Main Street, like where Gabe's is, you know where Gabe's is? So if you drive down.
Super local now.
Yeah, huh?
You're super local now.
Is Gabe's local?
You know where Tom's house
I
is?
think, yeah. You know where Billy lives?
You know where Steve Harvey is? Okay.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah,
get
right
to
on.
Steve Harvey's
I think
house,
Steve's
turn
Steve's
left.
place.
Yeah, you turn left. He's right down there. Yeah. I don't remember what city is Cabot in. It's up in.
The cabin is in Rome. No, that's the house.
The house is in Rome.
The house is in Rome.
It's
The
in a
mall is in Gwinnett.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyways, they're all over here.
Breaking news.
You can Google it.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
Love is Blind is filmed here in Atlanta. I have good word from our producer.
Yeesh.
wow.
Wow. But this season was in Seattle.
Wow.
Is it like
Fake
maybe the
Seattle.
pods were here in Atlanta,
It's fake
but
Seattle.
whenever they
Fake
go home,
Seattle.
Fake Seattle.
They're only a 3-hour
maybe
flight
the
apart
pods.
from each
It's
other,
possible
so
the pods are
it's
here in
They
Atlanta.
call it Sealanta. That's when they call it Seattle.
Seattle.
Anyways, yeah, lots of movies. Obviously, Tyler Perry Studios are here. Marvel Studios are here.
Yep.
So some of your favorite movies, Stranger Things. Also, The Baby Driver was filmed down here.
Nice.
The Accountant. If you guys have ever seen that, such a good movie.
Interesting movie.
Lionsgate
Ben
is
Affleck,
building a
right?
massive
Ben
studio here
Affleck.
right now.
Divergent series filmed down here.
Nice.
Yeah. Lionsgate Studios,
yeah.
Trilith Studios, all down here.
Yeah, really cheap. Georgia made a commitment early on to give a massive tax discount for people who filmed, and because they wanted to be in the industry, they wanted to be the new New York and LA. And LA and New York, it's super expensive to film, and so it's a lot cheaper when you don't have as many taxes and all that stuff. So they gave a ton of tax benefits just so that they didn't have them. That's crazy.
Right on.
Yeah, brilliant move. Now they're become the number 3. A lot of famous people from here. Chris Tucker. You guys familiar with Chris Tucker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never touch a black man's radio.
Yeah, such a good line. Christopher Lowell, Ed Helms from here, Tyler Perry, Chandler Riggs from Walking
There you
Dead. Yeah, Coral.
It's Laurel.
I love
Wow.
that. That's my favorite line in the whole show. It's Coral. Have you ever seen they do like a great montage of him like, why can't you say your own son's name? It's like instead of saying Carl the whole time, it's like Coral. That's so
He
good.
tried hard.
Yeah. Anyways, Raven Simone. You guys familiar?
That's a Raven.
Dakota Fanning, Ellie Fanning, obviously, sister. Brittany Murphy,
Lil Jon.
Lil Wayne. No, I'm just kidding. Kanye West,
Julia Roberts.
Yep.
Sierra, born down
Julia
here.
Julia, she went to Sprayberry High School.
Not far at all.
Yeah, we dated. No.
Outcasts, Ludacris, TLC, all from this area.
You got Usher.
Ursher. I think it's
Yeah,
actually-
come on.
I think it's Ursher.
Lil Jon.
Oh.
Yeah. So obviously, big hip hop area around these parts,
Really?
which is great. Also produced a couple Nobel Prize winners. You guys know who those are? You should. There's two of them. One of them, both of them, very
I go
famous.
a little MLK for one.
MLK is one, yes, for nonviolence.
Aretha Franklin.
RESPECT, but she got none for a
Okay, I
Nobel
don't know.
Prize.
What am I saying?
Yeah, he was president.
That's a good guess.
President from Atlanta.
Jimmy Carter.
Yes.
Let's
what?
go.
Come on.
I did not. Again,
Come on.
Johnny exceeding expectations today.
Jimmy's my
If I
grandfather.
was doing your performance
No.
review right now, I'd be
False.
giving you a 5 on performance. Unbelievable.
5 stars out of
5
4?
stars, yeah.
Yes.
Mhm. I was talking. Oh my gosh! I was talking to one of the people on our staff who used to drive for Uber and Lyft, and how she introduced herself about driving for Uber and Lyft is, "Yeah, I drove for Uber and Lyft, 5 stars. What's up?" I was like, "What?
5 stars.
What do you mean
what's up?
5 stars?" She's like, "Oh, that's I had a 5-star rating." I was like, "I got a 5." She's like, "No, I was in the 1K club, so I guess you have over 1,000 reviews." And I was like, "And you had 5 stars?" She's like, "Yeah."
That's
She drove like 4,000 miles.
That's good.
for them.
Incredible.
Great money.
What a flex. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's just something. Yeah. Anyway, CDC's down here, so that's why I think Atlanta wasn't hit really hard. That's not true.
Wow.
I don't know.
Wow.
That's
A
not
lot of political statements. Shots fired.
Shots.
true. Yeah, we could get canceled
Fired.
after today. Yeah. Anyways,
What's your favorite? Someone wants to go hang out in Atlanta.
Yeah.
They want to go to an unknown. Like, what's your favorite? Whatever.
I'm going to pick
Whatever
a couple
I'm
of
trying to say.
places. The first place I'm going to pick probably that we mentioned before. This isn't like underground, but right there where the World of Coke and CNN and
Yep.
the aquarium where they all kind of connect in that
Right on.
courtyard.
Mellow
That
Mushroom.
I mean, yeah. Well,
that's where you
but
go
that
to
if you've got one day in Atlanta,
local
Chili's,
joint,
Applebee's.
local joint.
yeah, if you got one day in Atlanta, that's where you go because
Yeah.
State Farm Arena's there. You can a mile down is underground Atlanta, which come on, you don't want to go there today,
Isn't there,
but it used to be
what's
cool.
What's the gallery, or like the museum that's right there in that circle? too?
Oh, the College Football Hall of Fame, Civil Rights Museum,
Civil Rights Museum.
all that's. I mean, within like walk, it was all right there. So if
You
you've
can buy
got
a
one
parking garage
day,
and go
yeah,
walk all this.
there, and then there's a just fun fact. There's a brunch spot right across from the parking deck of the aquarium called Atlanta Breakfast Company that will change your life.
Come on.
Wow.
So good. If you've got one day, that's what you do. But then there's also Pont City Market, which is really cool.
That's great.
Krog Street Market, which all those are essentially glorified food courts, but you get a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know, you get
Speaking my
like
language.
Yeah.
an appetizer here, an ice cream there, a tea, a coffee. So it's like one of those kind of places. So that's what you're going to do if you've got one day.
Cool.
If you can get a little bit out of the city into the burbs, there's a place called the Big Chicken. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about
The
it.
Big Chicken. You might want to Google this, my friend. It's
Yeah,
it's in
Can't wait
Marietta.
to see it in 20 minutes.
Marietta is about 35 minutes outside of the city, and it's essentially just a KFC, but it's a KFC with a large chicken head on top
Oh,
of
yeah,
it,
seen
There you go.
and it's a once in a lifetime thing that you just must see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would go to Chick-fil-A corporate. I would go to I just like the OG Chick-fil-A if you like Chick-fil-A. I would go to any of the OG restaurants that are around here personally. Waffle House. I think original Zaxby's is down here. Original Chick-fil-A joints
Yeah,
down here.
can't go to the original Waffle House.
But you can't come here and not take MARTA. I mean,
Oh yeah, you have to.
for better or worse, you got to
Yeah.
get on MARTA. It's just an experience.
Fun story about the College Football Hall of Fame. The day before it opened, they have a Chick-fil-A as a part of the College Football Hall of Fame, and they did a drawing. So at the time I was working for Chick-fil-A, and so they did a drawing where you had to submit an essay about why college football had impacted your family, or you personally, why college football meant so much to you. And so I submitted an essay to Chick-fil-A and tried to win so that you could be basically one of the first 100 to go see the College Football Hall of Fame. And then the winners would all get a free, just like when they open a new store, they give out a year free of Chick-fil-A to the first 100. That's what they call it. And so I won. They accepted my essay, and I got to go to the College Football Hall of Fame before anybody else went
Wait.
there.
That's awesome.
And we stayed the night. Yeah.
You want a winner chicken dinner?
I did 52 free chicken sandwiches, meals. You get me a full meal. And so me and my brother went and stayed the night at the Chick-fil-A or at the College Football Hall of Fame. You get to go and do all the
Chick-fil-A.
events and activities, and you got to like try to kick field goal for Anyways, in the morning when they wake you up, because you had to be out by 7 because they had to open the store. So when I had to open the Hall of Fame, And so they wake you up, and it was Dan Cathy, who had a trumpet. If you guys don't know, he's a trumpet player. And Dan got up and just, I mean, loud as can be. Yeah.
Do you know he can do that?
Yeah.
Bro.
Solid. That was solid.
Yeah, I can't do it again. And I'm just kidding. I could. But
So many jokes I want to make.
it was incredible.
So good.
Yeah. It was
Can we
amazing.
open with that little clip, and then
Yeah.
that's just the opening right there.
Yeah.
I will.
Miracle.
Wake up.
How to get up.
Good morning, Atlanta.
Slightly different Atlanta experience / option. If you've been to all the touristy places and want something a little more authentic, it's pretty cool.
Okay.
Here we go.
So we love Virginia Highland, which
yeah.
is where Virginia and Highland dead into each other. Amazing little bungalow neighborhood. I can't remember the name of the brunch place that's killer. So we did a bed and breakfast one time. We did Friday night, Saturday night. Did a little brunch at the corner of Virginia Highland. But the spot at night, you got to go to Little 5 Points.
Yes.
Little 5 Points, and you got to hit the Vortex.
Bro,
The Vortex.
high five it.
Best burgers in the city.
Best
Crazy
burger in the
place.
city.
Like
So
it's
good.
like a goth alternative
Yep.
graffiti house.
I got my nose pierced in Little 5
And
Points.
then Little 5 Points
Zoom
also,
in.
like a little bohemian action. Little 5 Points also has a string of 3, 4, 5 buildings that should be condemned, but
Yeah.
are all local theater. And so you go see a local comedy, you see
Yep.
local shows, you see a local
Wow.
talent. Really
It's a-
cool.
it's a
If you
great
want
spot.
unique date night that's not touristy at all.
Yeah.
Little 5 Points
Little
is your
5 Points
spot.
is
Man,
great.
I'm in for that.
great.
I love that.
Just don't go to,
You would like it.
Friends on Ponds. Stay with me.
I'm into it
Yeah. Well, we'll end with some sports stuff.
because I gotta get.
We all kind of have. We had to kind of get out of here. Yeah, Atlanta's one of the few cities that has professional sports team in almost every sport.
Except for
Hockey.
Hockey.
Yep, they got the Falcons, obviously Braves, Hawks.
Hookie.
Falcons are questionable as far
United.
as a pro level
fair.
team.
Yeah. They're in the league.
Yeah.
So, fun fact about the sports teams here: one, they lost the Super Bowl a couple years ago, pretty bad. Haven't recovered yet. In 1966, well, first of all, do you know how they got their mascot, the Falcons?
They took one look at the Thrasher and they're like, "This is not going to work."
This is not it. Yeah, they were going to be called
what's
the Atlanta
next?
Thrashers, and they were like,
No.
not terrifying.
Not today.
A teacher submitted it. Yeah, they had over 500 options. The teacher was like, hey, look, I can't remember the whole story, and I'm not going to try to find it. But, yeah, and so they were like, okay,
There
we'll
are a
do
lot
that.
of Falcons around here.
A whole lot of Falcons. Yeah, it's in
And
here somewhere.
Hawks, too, which you know.
Hawks, which
Anyways,
Atlanta Hawks.
so they decided that they used a live hawk for their mascot in 2005, or sorry, not 2005, 1966, and it got scared and flew away. They found it a couple days
Thus
later.
begin the phobia of birds. It's a loose
amazing.
freaking
I
falcon.
I'm
Oh
gonna
my
say
God.
My
this
God.
begins
That's
the
pretty
luck
great.
of the Atlanta Hawks.
Well, that's true.
Listen,
Yeah.
you remember the Curse of the Bambino?
Yeah.
This is the origins
This
of
is
why we
it.
can't win a Super Bowl. A
Listen,
daggone
Well, the
mascot
Hawks-
flew away.
The Hawks are the basketball team. That's cool.
That's true.
It's all
Yeah.
birds, except for the Braves.
Yeah.
Shortest baseball game ever
Score a
happened
goal.
here in Atlanta.
I think I remember that game. Was that live? What? I think
I don't know what year it was. It
19.
was
I think
30,
it was
32 minutes long.
I think I remember.
A baseball game. Fastest baseball
for
game.
9 innings.
Yep. The Mobile Seagulls
I wasn't here.
beat the Atlanta Crackers.
That's all for us today, folks.
I just listened to that Aaron Weber bit this morning.
you were there for that.
Oh, man. Oh, boy.
I really hope Bernie Mac was there, so he could just go crackle,
Oh, here it is. Oh, I found it right here.
crackle.
When football moved to Atlanta, the owners considered over 500 names. School teacher came up with the Falcons' nickname. Birchie endorsed because it was proud and dignified, with great courage and fight. Anyways, they also played host to the greatest football rout in history, 1916. Georgia Tech blew out Cumberland College,
Wow.
4-0.
close 222
Come on,
to
somebody.
0.
I was there. I was off a little bit.
Yeah.
Cumberland got paid a lot of money to play in that game. You know, they all get paid.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you want your time
I don't
in
know
school,
back
make it on
then if they
national
did.
television? Yeah.
Wow.
But back then they
National
might not have.
television in
In 1916, national radio. What was back then?
National radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're watching the greatest football route in history right now. Yeah. Also, you know what major novel / movie was written in Atlanta?
Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind. You
Yep.
know why? Because the writer injured her ankle and she couldn't go anywhere, and she got bored and just wrote
Wow.
Gone with the Wind.
Wow.
So I'm gonna ask you guys before we leave here today. Snap my ankle. Let's see what happens. Okay. Why did I kick my ankle now? I'm just kidding.
Did you see Tiger had?
Hey, we missed the big one though. Missed the big one. Stone Mountain,
Come on.
the largest exposed piece of granite in the
You're
world.
right. You know,
Augusta
it's
National.
literally a mountain of stone.
Huh?
Augusta National.
Augusta National.
That's Augusta.
That's not Atlanta.
That's Atlanta.
That's Georgia. We're not doing Georgia.
I thought you went. I thought you
We're going Georgia. We're going Ray
Stone
Charles. We're
Mountain's
doing the whole
not,
thing.
not Atlanta, is it?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
it's
Metro Atlanta.
it's a suburb
Yeah, it's Metro Atlanta.
for sure.
According to my research.
Well, I'll take it.
According to my research.
Only because I gotta go.
Largest
based on your history.
10Ks here.
Give me
All right,
the
I'm going to
history.
end with this. We're going to end with peaches. George called it peach state.
Millions.
Who makes the most peaches? Who produces the most peaches in the world?
Justin Bieber. I'm
The
kidding.
president of the United States of America.
get my
Millions of
peaches down
Peaches
in-
for me. Millions of peaches. Peaches for me.
Georgia.
Yeah, I'll give you a hint. It's not Georgia, even though it's the peach state.
No,
Georgia.
it's South Carolina. Everybody knows
Yeah,
that.
Georgia's not produced the most peaches.
It's the three piece.
However,
I didn't know
It's
that.
South Carolina.
you didn't know that?
By
Yeah.
far. Not even close.
In Atlanta, though, there are 71 different versions of peach tree as a
I do
street
believe that.
name.
Avenue, Street,
71, but
Parkway.
only one road.
Really?
Yep.
Can I give you
70 different drives, avenues, and lanes with the variation of the word peach tree. But they actually think it's a corruption from the name pitch tree. I said that very clearly.
That is wow.
Look at
That's-
Because
that
it's
is-
the word
that's
for pine
good.
tree.
Me really bad.
I would say Atlanta is known as a city in the forest.
Sitting in the
Can I
forest.
give you-
47%
three
of the
Ps?
city is pine trees.
Can I give you
It's
three
been a good
P's real
time.
quick?
Yeah.
Three P's that we're known for. Peaches.
Come on.
Can you name the other two? Peanuts.
Nope.
Yep. Pecans.
What is happening right now?
Yeah,
Where?
Peanuts is Virginia, bro.
Nope.
That's-
Google it, bruh. Well, we'll Google it off air.
Where is the World
Fact
Peanut
check me.
Festival, everybody? Where is the annual World Peanut Festival?
Atlanta, Georgia,
Dothan, Alabama.
Dothan, Alabama.
which is a suburb
True
of
story.
Atlanta. Thank
About
you,
4
folks.
Wow.
About 3 miles-ish suburb. 3 hours-ish suburb away.
When they flew me into Atlanta for my interview
messed up.
here,
It is
I came
Georgia.
up Fulton. I came up Fulton Industrial.
Yep.
Which is a road takes from Atlanta to
That's
Douglasville.
right. That's
Great road.
And it's all pine trees the whole way here. And I looked at my wife and I said, I don't think I can live. I can't live like this.
Virginia's got tobacco.
That is true. We'll talk about Virginia. It's for lovers on a different episode. But today, that's it.
Philip
That's all we
Morris.
got for
All right.
today. You guys feel good about it?
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
good
Just
Fight
about
off little Jan.
I feel good about finishing this crumble cookie before I go home.
Cookie.
It's been a
Support
pleasure as
local.
always.
Shop
I'm glad
local.
you guys are back. Join us next week as we talk through maybe conspiracy
I'll be
theories.
gone again.
Yep.
Caleb's world traveler. Caleb heading to Honduras.
Anything to ball up? There you go.
Yeah, dude. All right, we love you guys. We'll see y'all next week on the Bingeworthy.
Bye.
Crush it.